Good evening and welcome to the February 4, 2025 City Council regular hybrid meeting. I'm Salim Neese, the Mayor of Mercer Island. This evening's hybrid City Council meeting is being brought to you in person and by Zoom. We're also broadcasting live on MITV Channel 21 and on the city's YouTube channel. Welcome and thanks for joining us tonight. Council members, please have your microphones turned on for roll call. City Clerk Andrea Larson, please call the roll.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Councilmember Andral. Here. Councilmember Jacobson.
Here.
Councilmember Reynolds.
Here.
Councilmember Weicker. Here. Councilmember Weinberg.
Here.
Deputy Mayor Rosenbaum.
Here.
And Mayor Neese is behind me while I grab a mic for him. No. Oh, yes. Oh, no.
All right, next up we have the Pledge of Allegiance. If everybody can stand and face the flag. If you're on video, please turn off your video. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, we now move to approval of tonight's agenda. If there's no questions, may I have a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved. Second.
Okay, moved by Councilmember Weinberg, seconded by Councilmember Reynolds. City Clerk, please call the roll.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Councilmember Reynolds.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Rosenbaum.
Aye.
Councilmember Weicker. Aye. Councilmember Weinberg.
Aye.
Mayor Neese.
Aye.
Councilmember Andral.
Aye.
And Councilmember Jacobson.
Aye.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
All right, thank you. Motion passes. Agenda is approved. Do we have anyone for public comment tonight?
Yes, Mr. Mayor.
All right, our next item of business is appearances. This is an opportunity for anyone to speak to the City Council on any item except items requiring a public hearing, any quasi-judicial matters, any campaign-related matters. I'll note that there's a public hearing on Ordinance number 25C02 related to interim regulations related to middle housing and accessory dwelling units. If your comments pertain to this, I'll ask you to hold your comments until the public hearing. Tonight's agenda will include in-person public appearances and remote public appearances via Zoom. Individuals wishing to address the council may do so in person or by Zoom or telephone, provided they register with the city clerk at 4 p.m. today. When it's your turn to speak, you'll be called by name. Remarks must be addressed to the council as a whole, not to individual council or staff members. Any person making personal, impertinent, or slanderous remarks or who becomes boisterous, threatening, or personally abusive while addressing the city council may be requested to leave the meeting. Please speak audibly, state your name and city and residence for the record. There'll be a timer on the screen. You now have 3 minutes to speak. When your time's ended, I'll thank you for your comments and move to the next speaker or item of business. Please call the first speaker.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Our first speaker tonight is Addie Smith. Mr. Mayor, I do not see Addie Smith in the audience in person or on Zoom, so if you would like to move to the next item, we may.
Okay, with that, we'll close public comment. We'll move to the consent agenda. The consent agenda contains AB 6616, January 24, 2025 payroll certification. Certification of claims for January 17, 2025. City Council regular hybrid meeting minutes of January 21, 2025. AB 6617, Rare Disease Day Proclamation number 353. AB 6618, 2025-26 Work Plan Update. AB 6619, Public Works Building Seismic Retrofit Project Appropriation and Bid Award. AB 6620, Safe Streets and Roads for All Program Grant Agreement. AB 6621, Washington State Transportation Improvement Board Grant Agreement. AB 6623, Renewal of Interlocal Agreement with Mercer Island School District for Enrollment of City Employees, Children and Dependents. AB 6624, Fire Apparatus Acquisition and Financing, Ordinance number 25-04, second reading. AB 6625, Letter to Governor Ferguson encouraging the President to sign a disaster declaration. Council may have a motion to approve consent agenda as presented.
So moved. Second.
All right, moved by Deputy Mayor Rosenbaum, seconded by Councilmember Reynolds. City Clerk, please call the roll.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Deputy Mayor Rosenbaum.
Aye.
Councilmember Weinberg.
Aye.
Councilmember Weicker.
Aye.
Mayor Neese.
Aye.
Councilmember Jacobson.
Aye.
Councilmember Reynolds.
Aye.
And Councilmember Andral.
Aye.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
All right, consent agenda is approved. Our first item of regular business is AB 6622, public hearing on interim development regulations related to middle housing and accessory dwelling units. Ordinance number 25C-02, first reading. First, we will begin with the public hearing. This public hearing is now open as of 5:04 p.m. Individuals who register with the city clerk's office before 4 p.m. today may make public comment on this agenda item. You'll be called by name when it's your turn to speak. Please speak audibly, state your name and city of residence for the record, and limit your comments to 3 minutes. City Clerk, is there anyone that signed up for public comment to address the council?
Mr. Mayor, Daniel Thompson signed up to speak, but I do not see him in attendance yet. It would be your decision of how to proceed.
Okay. Well, I'm not seeing anybody here else for the public hearing? No? Okay. Since there's no further testimony this evening, the public portion of this hearing is closed. It's at 5:05 PM. Thank you, and welcome CPD Director Jeff Thomas.
Thank you, Mayor. Good afternoon, Council. This public hearing and first ordinance reading for interim regulations related to middle housing and ADUs is a follow-up to our two work sessions that we've had in the month of January. Alice Mancorp, our Deputy Director, is on screen, and she's going to take you through a very brief presentation recapping the contents of the ordinance and some reminders from the direction that was provided by Council, and then we'll turn it back over to you. So Allison, go ahead.
Thank you, Jeff. For the record, Allison Van Gorp, Deputy Community Planning and Development Director. I've just got a handful of slides here to run through, and then we'll open it up for questions. Okay, just to recap from the last meeting on January 21st, I've got a little summary, and then I'll go over the provisions of the draft ordinance and talk about next steps. So as a reminder, what we're talking about tonight is related to House Bill 1110 and 1337, the middle housing and accessory dwelling unit legislation from last year. Next month, we'll be coming back with a draft ordinance related to Senate Bill 5290 and unit lot subdivision. In terms of our approach, we're looking to adopt interim regulations here in the near term to comply with the deadline set in those pieces of legislation for these code amendments, which is June 30th of this year. And we'll be looking to do a phase 2 to come back and adopt permanent regulations in the future with some additional process for community engagement and tailoring of the regulations to Mercer Island. All right, so ordinance number 25C-02 is what's before the council tonight. It does a few things. It will amend our single-family provisions to permit middle housing as an allowed use, and also to allow more than one accessory dwelling unit per lot. And then in our development standards for single-family development, it will modify the gross floor area incentive for ADUs to specify that the incentive applies to single-family homes with attached ADUs when an additional off-street parking space is provided for the ADU. Next, it will add a new section to the Mercer Island City Code 1902.025, middle housing. This section will permit 6 new housing types in the residential zones: duplex, triplex, fourplex, townhouses, courtyard apartments, and stacked flats. These housing types will be subject to the new unit density standards, where we would be permitting between 2 to 4 units per lot. And there would also be an affordable housing incentive option and new parking requirements for middle housing. Next, this ordinance amends 1902-030, the accessory dwelling unit provisions. It removes the owner occupancy requirement. It permits up to 2 ADUs per lot. It increases the gross floor area for ADUs to 1,000 square feet, and it adds new parking requirements for ADUs. Finally, there's also some proposed amendments and additions to the definitions related to these other amendments. In terms of next steps, after the public hearing and first reading of the ordinance tonight, this current ordinance 25C-02 will come back for second reading on March 4th. On that day, we will also be bringing forward a second ordinance 25C-06 related to unit lot subdivision for public hearing and first reading. That one will come back for second reading on March 18th. On March 4th, we will also be bringing forward a resolution to update the city's fee schedule to add impact fees for middle housing and accessory dwelling units. All of these ordinances and resolutions will go into effect on June 30th, the deadline based on the legislative requirements. And that is all I have for you tonight, and I'm happy to take any questions.
All right, thank you. Council, are there any questions? That's,
Just one.
okay.
Are there any areas in which this ordinance goes beyond what's absolutely required by state law in terms of greater allowances or more liberal interpretation?
The only, the one item that comes to mind was the motion from your last work session about the gross floor area bonus and having the extra parking spot for the ADUs.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? All right, council, is there a motion to set ordinance number 25C02 for second reading on March 4, 2025?
So moved. Second.
All right, moved by Councilmember Jacobson, seconded by Councilmember Reynolds. Any discussion? All right, City Clerk, please call the roll.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Councilmember Reynolds,
Aye.
Mayor Neese,
Aye.
Councilmember Weinberg,
Aye.
Councilmember Andral. Aye. Councilmember Weicker.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Rosenbaum.
Aye.
And Councilmember Jacobson.
Aye.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Jeff. All right, and Allison. We move to other business and planning schedule. Welcome City Manager Jesse Bond.
Council, just a quick reminder, we are not meeting February 18th. We canceled that meeting since we had numerous conflicts. So the next time we will have our regular council meeting is March 4th. Also a reminder, this week on Thursday, we have a linkage meeting with the Mercer Island School District. I think on our planning schedule, the start time is incorrect. I believe it's 6:15. We are kind of doubled up, so I know a couple of us will be at the Parks Commission meeting that night, and some of you have other commitments. If you haven't done so already, if you could just let the city clerk know if you'll be attending that meeting so we can notify the district, that would be great. And that is all I have.
Okay, thank you for that. Council, any upcoming absences to report? Nope. All right, councilmember reports. Deputy Mayor Rosenbaum, anything to report?
Just want to wish a happy birthday to two of our staffers. It was our city manager's birthday last week. It's Deb Estrada, Deputy City Clerk, her birthday today. I'm sure there's nowhere else she'd rather be, but at least this meeting is going to be short. So happy birthday to you all.
All right, happy birthday from me. I have nothing else to report. Councilmember Weicker.
Nothing, thanks.
Councilmember Weinberg.
So the next monthly open brunch is actually a lunch at noon on Saturday, February 15th at Toshi's Teriyaki at the South End Shopping Center. As always, everyone's welcome. It's an open agenda, news, sports, weather, humor, even something about city business if you like. All I ask is that everyone shows their respects to the chef by ordering some food and or beverage. And let me know if you're coming so I can make sure to reserve enough tables.
All right, Councilmember Reynolds.
Just note the Parks Board is meeting this Thursday, so I will miss at least the first part of the school district linkage meeting. Perhaps all of it. We'll see how the Parks Board meeting goes. We'll be talking about the Parks Zone. Progress continues to be made on that, and look forward to coming to the council later. And then I want to congratulate the mayor for running what will probably be the record short meeting.
All right, we'll see. Councilmember Andral.
I will not add to the length. I have nothing.
Councilmember Jacobson.
Nothing to report.
All right, the next regular scheduled hybrid city council meeting will be Tuesday, March 4th, beginning at 5 p.m. The time is now 5:13 p.m. Thank you for joining us tonight.